36. Ooh. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to A Course in Miracles, day 36 or night, depending on where you are. For us, most of us right now, I think it is night. I'm Teri Angel here with my beautiful co-host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hi.
And our wonderful family has come in to do this discussion. We have our Auntie Jean Loria with that beautiful moon behind you. It is full moon. Oh, it's not a moon. Okay. Oh, I can't hear you.
This is a, fizzle.
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay. This is a frozen bubble that my son took a picture of. He went outside with bubbles and blew it and then filmed and photographed it.
Wow.
That's how cold
Looks like
it
the
is
full
in
moon up
Fred.
there in the sky.
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Pretty colors.
Goes along with all the stuff Dr. Emoto said and the beauty of
Yeah,
the water.
right. Oh, how awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
And we have Christine and Sunny.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
And Sharon Ria. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. Suzanne Millard is with us and Timothy is with us. Thank you so much for joining us virtually. We're going to go ahead and get started. So Karen, would you open us up, please, with some peaceful moments?
That's where we're all abiding right now. Let us just slow all words and let us rest between the words so that we can find the stillness and the peace that passes all understanding of this world. Let us gather together and join in this beautiful moment to rest and trust and listen to the inner wisdom that comes through the beings and the trust of stepping back and letting love lead us. The truth in you remains as radiant as a star. The truth in you remains as radiant as a star. The truth in you remains as radiant as a star, as pure as light, and as innocent as love itself. Take a moment to invite that beautiful vision of the star, of the truth that you are. Feel that star shining so bright, and feel that innocence growing in your heart. Feel yourself just resting as original innocence. The innocence before time and space and bodies and illusions. And feel that energy. Leading all your words so that you are in full service to only love. Gently start to come back into this moment. Feel yourself coming back like a gentle breeze, just blowing back into this moment, ready to share your wisdom, ready to share your beautiful light and shine your magnificent star and radiate your original innocence.
Aaron, that was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for so gently guiding us into that place where we know who we are. And that's what it is. We're all just going home to our hearts, realizing who we are. And I love this lesson because in the insights, it says, today's idea brings great relief. It tells me I'm not the vulnerable, alone, and fearful image that I have thought was me. It tells me that I am innocent, for I could not be guilty and also be holy and in the mind of God. And I just love that one sentence, that last sentence. Let's listen to it again. It tells me that I am innocent, for I could not be guilty and also be holy and in the mind of God. I just love that. I think I resonate so much with that because I grew up with the concept of God as the judge, the one that was going to get you when you did something wrong and who knew when you were doing something wrong. And so there was so much guilt and shame and blame and fear based around that word God. And I know a lot of people have a problem just saying the word or hearing the word. I love God, and I'm able to shift from that view that I had of him, her, it, as judge, jury, executioner, out to get me at all times. And I've shifted to my understanding of God as being the loving being that I'm a part of. I am a part of God. And every time I think of how I used to think about that being, the highest being that exists, I just shake my head. I'm like, what were you thinking? Well, it was conditioning. I think a lot of us had a similar experience growing up where there was a lot of fear based around the concept of God. I'd like to hear about that. If anybody else has any insight, what it is for you now when you say God or express your thoughts about God, and how different is that from prior to your understanding of what God is? So, Chris?
God means that is love and joyful and 2 ways is the way to day in my joyful way day. I love way to cook a meal way for the week away. I try to do one way meal a day, Terry, now.
Good for you, Chris. Thank you for sharing that. Sharon?
Teri, I feel interested in this God conversation because when I first started exploring and understanding and learning about spirituality versus religion, I had a lot of trouble saying the word God. And I don't know if it was because I was brought up that way, because I was brought up in not the Southern Baptist, but a Baptist in the South, which is a little different, where, church was all day long and they talked about God in wonderful ways. But I just always felt like he was a friend. I didn't feel like he was in judgment of me. But it took me a while before I could very easily say the word God. I was resonating more with Source or Mother, Father, God, or things like that. So yeah, it's very interesting how it just flows right now.
I think that's very true of a lot of us because we might have been brought up in a religion, and because of that, we were kind of told God was in a certain way. And I never thought it was right. I never thought that anybody who created us out of love would punish us or would, hurt us or even disown us. I didn't feel like that was unconditional love means no matter what. And so now when I think we didn't really talk like God that much when we first started the family, but it was right there, the spiritualness and the connection to God. And I felt like, yes, this is what I feel about God. And it just, it was like coming home. It was like coming home. So,
Yeah.
I really liked this lesson too. I did very much.
Yeah, I the same way. I was brought up, Catholic, and I was an altar boy. I used to go to church every day before I even went to school. I went to a public school, but at first, the first 6 years I was Catholic school. Then we moved, and I'd get up, and because I became an altar boy at the church, the new church, and I'd get up and go to church before every day during Lent before I went to public school. It was, but it was different. This is completely different. Like this is like more spiritual. I'm just. It's more of a feeling now that I get when I connect. It's truly amazing. And today's lesson was like, wow, I woke up with it. I was tapping to it. I was doing it was like incredible. I was just, then I went out to the store and I was so happy and then I had to go, I went to pay the hall that we rent for the benefit we run, that we raise money for people with cancer. But I went to deliver them a check and he wasn't there. So I called him on my phone and it comes through on the car and, and it hung up. So I called him back because it didn't connect to it because I pushed the button on the audio for this and everything. So then my music wasn't working on my XM. And I'm like, what? So I kept trying to figure it out. So then I just finally shut the car off and turned it back on. And then went to a station that I never listened to. we went to some jazz station and I was just listening to jazz. I was just like so happy. I was in another world. It was incredible. All morning and into the afternoon, I was just like, wow.
Kind of experience you want to have every day.
Exactly. Yeah. So anywho, that was my experience.
Thank you, Charlie. And we want to welcome Grace Isis came into the room with us, as well as Melanie, her first time in with us. Welcome to both.
Hi,
And
Mel.
online, we have Suzanne. Suzanne said, growing up Catholic sort of teaches you that God is untouchable. Now I'm building a relationship with God.
Mhm.
Suzanne, that blesses my heart. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, I
Kathy.
am not like Catholic. I am Lutheran.
All right, honey.
Kathy Hand says, I was brought up in a Catholic home, but my mom found being a born-again Catholic or born-again Christian, she is the one who taught me that God is not to be feared. He is on our side. He is there to help us, loving unconditionally. Yeah, it's interesting to hear the different concepts of what we went through and the way that we made our way back home, like Ram Dass says, and Charlie reminds us sometimes that that's what we're doing. We're finding that place inside, and it's not outside. And I love Pam Grout's take on this. She said, this lesson describes it like it is. I surround myself with the environment I want. These objects, these people, these circumstances seem to be out there. They seem to exist completely independent of me and what I think, but they're not. I am literally part and parcel of all I perceive. Nothing exists independently of my observations. Everything I see, all alleged separate objects, are linked to my mind in surprising and mysterious ways. And I think, Charlie, that's what you found out. You know, you were meant to do that reboot so that what your soul wanted to experience showed up for you. And that's the way it is when we just leave it to spirit and don't try to force it and don't try to say, oh, I don't like this, so I'm just going to complain about it. No, we have to just do as the Course teaches us and see things differently and use our perception. Gracie, did you want to share?
Yes, I just wanted to share something briefly. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So when I was growing up, we saw God was called Gai, Mobi, which is creator. So in every single thing we saw, or you were told by your elders, your ancestors, that God is over here. So when we were growing up in our tradition, it's God is not feared but respected, and every single place you looked, you said it's just like the Muslim Islam. Inshallah, God's will, God is here. So for me, even in the moon, we looked at the moon, and we always faced the mountain, Mount Kenya, because that was our connection to God. That was the highest point. And in the river, in the waters, you saw God. So it's very interesting. And we didn't have the name God. It was Gai. But as the missionaries came in, then we got the word God. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I'd love to one day see that Mount Kenya. That's on my list of things to do.
Yes, you will, and Kilimanjaro.
I will. I know I will.
And
Okay.
that's so true. God is in everything that we see, and we have to acknowledge that. And I think that's lovely, Gracie. I think that's beautiful. Really and truly, God is a word,
Yes.
and that's why I've always said I kind of don't like that we use language. I wish we could just communicate with feelings and I guess telepathy, because we lose some of the meaning of what we're trying to convey by using words. So, but anyway, I love that, Ritzy.
And that brings
That's
us
so true, Auntie Jean. Thank you.
that brings us into today's lesson.
Yes, it does, Charlie. Thank you. I was just going to ask Karen.
So Karen,
Charlie likes to run the show here, you guys.
Yes, I see that.
So Karen, would you please let us understand today's lesson and what we're to do tomorrow?
Yeah, I just want to acknowledge everyone for sharing. I think it's beautiful how we have this safe space where there is that no judgment, just love world, Sharon. We've co-created that. We've loved this into our reality here. And I just want to acknowledge it because I'm witnessing it and I'm seeing all, like I said, when I was sharing the meditation in the beginning, we all have wisdom to share, all. And many times, like Auntie Jean just says something that I just needed to hear. I just really needed to hear it, just the way she said it. And it's like she is the God that I need to see right there and right now. She is the original, innocent, beautiful, true self that I can witness and I can observe. And Sharon will say something, Charlie will say something, Christine will say something, Grace Isis, Teri, somebody will say something, and it's just like, oh my God, like I see you. I totally can see the perfect love in you. I can see the absolute oneness in you. And you make it so easy. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be able to see what I see in you. And I'm just so honored and humbled to be in your presence. So thank you.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen.
Yeah,
As
and
we
I
are
wanted to share with everyone my gratitude for the way you all have just opened up tonight and shared from your heart, those that are in the Zoom and those that are online with us. When we hold a discussion like this and everyone participates, it's always so beautiful to just have that flow. So I appreciate it very much.
So let's just allow ourselves to really hear these words as a gift, almost like you're unwrapping a present that's been given to you by Source, by God, by the Great Divine, by the Absolute. Just imagine that you're opening a present right now, something that you've been waiting for. And this lesson, to me, is that gift. It's our gift to humanity. It's our gift to a society that has forgotten who it is. So this is our lesson. My innocence envelops everything I see. Today's idea extends the idea for yesterday from the perceiver to the perceived. You are holy because you are one with God. And because you are holy, your sight must be holy as well. Sinless means without sin. And I love the way that we call sin a lack of love. Sin is a lack of love. I love that concept. I love that. Not a punishment, not something to be feared, just a lack of love. And it means to miss the mark. If you look it up in the dictionary, it's funny. Sin. Okay, so let's hear that again. And because you are holy, your sight must be holy as well. Sinless means without sin. You cannot be without sin a little. You are sinless or not. If your mind is part of God's, then you must be sinless. Or a part of his mind would be sinful. Your sight is related to his holiness, not to your ego, and therefore not to your body. 4 3 to 5 minute practice periods are required for today. Try to distribute them fairly evenly and make the shorter applications frequently to protect your protection throughout the day. The longer practice periods should take this form. First, close your eyes and repeat the idea for today several times. My innocence envelops everything I see. My holiness envelops everything I see. My incorruptible innocence envelops everything I see. My sinlessness envelops everything I see. My holiness envelops everything I see. Then start applying the idea specifically to whatever you note in your casual survey. Say, for example, my holiness envelops that rug. My innocence envelops that wall. My innocence envelops these fingers. My innocence envelops that dog. My innocence envelops that chair. My holiness envelops that body. My holiness envelops this pen. Several times during these practice periods, close your eyes and repeat the idea to yourself. Then open your eyes and continue as before. For the shorter exercise periods, just close your eyes and repeat the idea. Look about you as you repeat it again and conclude with one more repetition with your eyes closed. All applications should, of course, be made quite slowly, as effortlessly and unhurriedly as possible.
Okay. Have our assignment for tomorrow. My holiness envelops everything I see. I love that. So I want to say thank you to everyone who joined us for the Course in Miracles discussion. Those of you that are online that came in just for that, we appreciate you so much. And anyone who wants to stay around, we're going to be chanting. I know our Sharon will be leaving us. Sharon, thank you so much for being here, honey.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Have fun.
Thank you. And Melanie, I don't know if you want to stay for the chanting. We do 2 chants. You're more than welcome to hang out with us to do that and learn the chants that we do. So I'm going to go take the live stream off of the group that we're in. And then we'll get to the chanting. So Karen, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Okay, so this is our first chant, and we'll be chanting 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom. Then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed.
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed.
Om Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illusions and illness be removed.
Om Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Papayaha. Ganapataye Namaha. Manai Namaha. Gana Namaha. Namaha. Pai Namaha. Ganapai Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam
Ganapai
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha
Ganapataye
Om Gam Ganapataye
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha 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 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Let's take a breath into our heart center. When we release all the barriers, all the obstacles, anything that we perceive to be other than love, then we make room for what is love. We make room for those miracles and to shine our light out even brighter. This next chant that we go into is going to do that. It's known as the miracle chant. And we have our miracle Marlene who joined in with us tonight. Marlene, so good to have you here. So the chant is Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Karen, would you please talk about that?
Yes, so this is our miracle chant, and this is where we allow the miracles to flow across the universe, to touch all the hearts and minds and souls, that this beautiful, beautiful chant to help us all to see the original, innocent, true self in everyone, in everything. So we're going to do this 3 times slow, and then we'll do 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Joe.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
No way, teacher.
Kyo. Nam
There's no way, teacher.
Renge Kyo.
So,
Nam Myoho Renge
way, teacher.
Renge Kyo.
Teacher.
Nam
Renge Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
No way,
Nam Myoho
teacher.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
No way,
Renge
Kyo.
teacher.
Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo,
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo,
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge
J
Kyo.
Nam
J
Myoho
Nam Myoho Renge
Renge Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
no
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
no
Nam
no
Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Joe
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo. Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo, Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Joe
Myoho Renge Kyo. Let's go back into our hearts with the breath. Just connect in to that beautiful self that you are. Beautiful spirit. And we're going to add in the energy of love. And as we add that love in, let's hold that thought about our Creator wanting to give all honor and glory to the Creator, which I call God. Doesn't really matter what semantic you use, it's the highest being that exists. And we're going to chant 3 times the chant Om, which is the cosmic sound of God. And then we'll stay in our hearts and connect the heart and the brain for just a moment. And then in our silent moment, we're going to give that love out to the world. So take a deep breath in and let's begin the chanting of Om. Om. Remain very still and silent in your heart, listening for that small voice that just says, I love you. Just allow yourself to feel that, to feel surrounded by angels, cared for deeply. And that's the love that we want to give to the world. That's the love that's our only job, is just to take it in and to send it back out. So as you sit in your silence, just envision that love flowing from your heart to hearts all over the world and even down into our Mama Gaia. Shanti, Shanti. Om, peace, peace, peace. May the love that we share from our hearts be met with that same love throughout our planet, because we are all one. And when our love merges together, we will see the peace that we so know is possible in our world. Om Shanti. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who came in tonight to chant and to just be together as a family, our beautiful family that every night makes a declaration about peace. Auntie Jean, I think we need to hear your beautiful voice leading us tonight in this declaration.
I would be honored. Yes, every night we make a declaration that there is peace on earth. And we know this to be true because our peace begins in our heart, where everything begins. And we all have it in our heart. All the peace have it in their heart. And it's going out, and 1 million people, more than 1 million, 3 million, 4 million, 6 million, chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, to send out that love to everyone in the world. So follow with me, please, if you feel like it, to on the count of 3, 2, 1.
We declare
that
there is peace on earth.
Love
We
and
declare
that
there
begins
begins inside of us.
so it is.
Forever
And ever.
and always.
Amen.
Amen.
And be kind.
Mhm.
Sneak it in there.
Yes. Charlie?
Oh, that would be me.
That would be you.
we do this every night, and we've doing it for 979 days now. And we do this as a group known as the
For peace.
That would be us.
That would be us. And I'm proud to say I'm a P for Peace. And Teri's a P for peace. And Chris is a P for peace. And Charlie's a P for peace. And Gracie's a P for peace. And Karen is definitely a P for peace. And Marlene and all the other P's, whether they're here or not, we're all P's for peace. And pretty soon the whole world will all be P's for peace. We love you. Thank you.
And every night and every day, we know there are hills that are all over the world. We could have little hills, big hills, but we know there is a time when all the hills become alive with the sound of chanting and the sprinkling of peace and the smile on faces, because peace is coming around the corner when we chant.
When we chant.
Peace is coming around the corner when we chant.
When we chant.
Peace is coming around the corner. Smiles on people's faces. Peace is coming around the corner when we chant.
When we chant.
And be kind.
And be
Be kind. I love that. Thank you so much, Gracie, Auntie Jean, Charlie, Christine, Karen, Marlene, and I think Julie Kiss may still be with us. Thank you, everyone who joined in tonight. So much love. Come back and do it again tomorrow, because we do it every day right here. And we will see you then. And we leave you with
Namaste. Good night.
Night.
Wait a
Good
minute, let me
night.
tell Marlene that's a frozen bubble.
Marlene, that's a frozen bubble behind Jean.
Yes, my son took a picture.
It's so
of a
beautiful.
bubble in blue.
Looks like it has a butterfly inside it.
I
or
was
more.
going to say, it looks like a butterfly is on the
Gorgeous.
side of it. It's so beautiful.
It is.
It's got
And
rainbows
Marlene-
all in it.
Or it could be a
I saw
dragonfly
the,
too. It looks like it could be a dragonfly too. It's beautiful.
That wonderful message that Auntie Jean did for you, Marlene. I hope you saw that.
Oh,
You were her
just-
gratitude person. And that was so beautiful what you wrote, Jean. And I so agree. We love our Marlene, our miracle Marlene.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
appreciate
so
it.
good night, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, Marlene said it was beautiful, Jean.